What's up, fam? Today we are, I'm not even gonna tell you, but let's go. What's up, fellas? So like I was saying, today I kind of want to share some information and basically show you guys the difference between the M5 versus the other E34s, because with this chassis it's kind of like a slight variations they did. They didn't really do anything major like the E30 M3 where you see the box flares. So I just want to pinpoint some key components that you can tell if it's a real M5, if it's like a 540 with a body kit, stuff like that. I drove up here to this beautiful location where it's super foggy. Okay, first up, the first and foremost, most obvious thing that you can spot on an M5 is the freaking badge. The badge would tell you, and then you're gonna be like, oh, it's an M5, and if it's a real M5, the owner's gonna be kind of annoyed because, I mean, not annoyed, but that the owner already knows it's coming. Yeah, so the front and back, you got the badge, and it says M5. But other than that, if you didn't know the difference between E34, you can be like, oh, it just looks like a regular E34. And besides the badge, you have different sport bumpers. So you got the M5 bumper in the front, and then you got an M5 bumper in the rear. Now there's different variations of the M5 bumper. There's the M Sport, there's the M5, there's M Technic, there's like different variations. Yeah, this is M5 rear bumper. Got some nice cars out here. So I'm here early in the morning. Some beautiful cars. I had to bring the M5 out, you know, to add to that beautifulness. Unfortunately, my bumper has seen better days. Like I said, I bought it from a guy that drove the car, but for the most part, this is how the bumper looks. You have like the lower valence that kind of flips out. Mine is lower because it's kind of broken from the fins. The bumper trim is different. You don't have the full-on regular black bumper, the typical stock E34s. Another key component that you have to pay attention to that you might miss. In America, majority of the M5s are going to be narrow grille. I'm not sure, you know, it could be imported Euro, but Euro late models got wide grille. This one had wide grille when I bought it. Not sure if it was factory, but I'm pretty sure the owner, I traced it back, the owner must have seen wide grille and liked it, so he bought a hood, because the hood is like BMW certified replaced, along with the grille. And also, key component on M5s, they're always two-tone. Late models, I don't think they are two-tone, but that is only in Europe. This guy had the two-tone color match, which, I mean, I like it. So this car, it would have had silver and black bottom, but personally, I don't really like the black bottom because you can't see the definition, you know? You can't see the, kind of fades into the ground. But when you have a black car, or a Daytona Violent, or any kind of darker car, I think the two-tone is a little lighter, so you can actually see the difference. Alright, what else a key component of the M5? Now, mine came with a spoiler. I believe that's stock M5 spoiler, but some of them don't, so don't count on that. Another thing is this bad boy. This bad boy comes stock on M5s. So along to the interior, starting with the engine, the noise comes from this bad boy. If you're not sure if it's M5, and you guys are riding, you can't even like take your eyes off the road that much, pull up next to him, roll your window down, just hear him. If he takes off, you will hear the difference. This thing is like one of the main reasons why I love this damn car. It's just, on top of that, it's very smooth, but this damn individual throttle bodies, you can hear this beautiful like just gulping air. When I drive this car, oh my gosh, you gotta remember foot to the floor, because it has 6 throttle bodies that you have to open all the way so you can feel all that S38. I just freaking love being in the cabin and just I'm pretty sure you guys heard that. Alright, onto the interior. Forgive me because the M5 is a little dirty. Bada boom, bada bang. So M5 is a little dirty, forgive me, but first and foremost, you have sport seats. That's a key component. You gotta look for those. You can actually kind of see from the outside the difference between sport seats and regular. Kind of like a more edgy type. I've swapped the door panels because the door panels were horrible. And you know how the E34 door panels just fall apart. Typically, E34's M5s do not have wood trim. I'm not sure why this one has wood trim, but it does. Kind of makes it cool. And I wish that I didn't sometimes, but if it's from factory, 100% like it, I'm all good. Another thing, door seals, it would all say M5. You know what? We got to backtrack just a little bit because I can't believe I forgot to pinpoint this thing. These rims only come on M5s, and I think they should only stay on M5s. I mean, if it does not only stay on the M5, stay on the E34 chassis. I know E36 guys love M systems, but you're taking it away from us, man. And we deserve them. You can't afford an M5, at least let us get the rims. These are naked M systems. If they look like this, they're shitty. Mine's look dirty because, dude, I'm driving this bad boy and I'm hitting on the brakes. I plan to refinish them, but these are naked M systems. If you see either a star shape, those are throwing stars, which we call it. Probably like M's, I think they're style 21s. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but if you see this and the M5 has them, chances are it's a real M5. There are other variations that you guys can see in my other videos, but you have the throwing star and then you have turbine. So keep an eye for that. Turbines can kind of fool you sometimes because they look just like regular stock rims. But throwing stars, you guys will know for sure. All right, back in the cabin. Unfortunately, I didn't get the M5 shift surround, the famous M5 shift surround. Which maybe back in the day, the guy was like, I don't want it. I want wood because I know M5 is for that luxury life. So in the interior of M5, you have this cluster that says a little M. But along with that, you have the red needles. Along with the red needles, you have the oil temperature, which is very different on all E34s because usually this is your gas gauge, but they know you're gonna be drinking gas like crazy, so they decided, like, let me not show them. Let me put the oil temp. Just kidding. Oil temp is way more important, especially on this motor. Look for those red needles, M, logo, temperature. Other things that are different in M5 than other cars. This headliner. So I got black interior, but then usually it's like black and gray. On the M5, on the 540 is black and gray. Since it's like an early model, I guess they decided to just color match everything. So black interior along with black headliner. And I kid you guys not, when you're in this car, it just feels more dark. Onto the rear, you have these headrests. Make sure to look for those headrests because that comes on M5. That's another key component that you can see from outside. But I like the beauty of this because it's just full comfort. And I hate the fact when you have people in the back, you just see the back of their heads. So M5s always have these rear headrests. But one thing that I didn't notice the difference, it's just a slight little difference. Now this is how a stock E34 belt looks like, seat belt. But on the M5, you get this, bam. So it's like different color in the interior. You don't blame me, it's everywhere. But you get it right there, right there, right there. I believe even right here. I haven't even checked the seat. Aww. Oh, that's cool. This actually retracts, but the other ones don't really retract. So there is slightly different things on the M5, but in reality, all that really matters is that motor and that transmission, the 315 diff, and these big brakes. Because driving this car, you know, it's a whole nother experience that I really wish that every E34 enthusiast could try and experience. You know, I always wanted, this was my dream car. I obtained it and I learned about it. It just kind of sucks the fact that there's not that many parts available and aftermarket support for it, because back in the day, this car was really expensive, which translates today that they're pretty pricey in parts. Many of you guys might know, this is my 91 M5. 91s are very common, 92s not so common, and 93s are kind of like the least of the bunch. So if you have a 93, your car is pretty rare already. I mean, having an M5 is rare, but the later the year, the harder it is because they didn't make that many. So 91 was very popular. This color combo is actually pretty rare. There's other color combos, but in general, these cars are just really rare. You know me, I wish it was a wagon, but it's not. So it's all gravy in the Navy. If you guys ever see M5, track them down, pull them over, and just stay in touch, because that's what I did with this. And I told them, hey, if you ever want to sell it, let me know. It's here, so it worked. Shout out to Pata. I think that's about it. Oh, I mean, this is really important because the guy can have everything I said in this video, but this is how you like 100% check. I can't believe I almost forgot this. But all M5s come with, if you see right there, there you go. If you see right there, it starts WBS. Remember that, because WBS is all M5s. They all start like that. Other E34s are different. I know my 540 is right there where it says HD. It's actually HE34. All 540s say that, but all M5s start with WBS, and all the regular other E34 starts with WBA, I believe. Check me if I'm wrong, and also check me if I forgot anything else, but for the most part, I think I covered everything. So I hope I did the M5 justice, and I pointed out all the facts that I know, that I've seen, but for the most part, that's about it. I freaking love this car, and I enjoy driving it. It's a true ultimate driving machine. BMW kind of losing it, you know, just a little bit, in my opinion. I think that's about it. Thanks guys, 5K subs, motivation, like, subscribe, comment, all that famous YouTube stuff. Check out the sweater right here, and we are out.